Imagine waking up every day knowing you can make your future whatever you want it to be. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a renowned scientist and author of several New York Times bestsellers who teaches people how to heal their bodies of health conditions, make significant changes in their lives, and evolve their consciousness. Dispenza shows us that we don't have to be stuck in what happened yesterday. We can break free from old habits and start fresh, making choices that shape a bright future. With simple steps and changes in how we think and feel, we can open up a world where we decide what happens next. So, let's get started. The power of the subconscious mind. Habits shape our lives more than we may realize. Dr. Dispenza defines a habit as a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that's acquired through repetition. Many of us begin our day with a routine that is so deeply ingrained in us that it happens almost without thinking. We wake up, think about our problems, and immediately we're trapped in a cycle of negative emotions connected to past experiences. Dispenza explains the moment they start their day, they're already thinking in the past. Each one of those memories has an emotion, so the person's entire state of being when they start their day is in the past. But why does this matter? It matters because, as Dr. Dispenza puts it, how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. If we're constantly living in the past, we're not only limiting our present but also our future. Our habitual thoughts and emotions keep us locked in the same pattern of behavior, leading to the same outcomes, a cycle that's hard to break. The subconscious mind plays a significant role in this process. By the time we're 35, Dispenza says 95% of who we are is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function like a computer program. This means that most of our daily actions and emotional responses are not conscious choices, but the result of these deeply ingrained habits. Changing these habits requires more than just willpower or a conscious desire for change. Because they reside in the subconscious mind, we need to access and reprogram this part of our brain to make lasting changes. This is where understanding the power of the subconscious becomes crucial in our journey towards self-improvement and personal growth. The role of meditation in changing brain waves. Meditation is a powerful tool for breaking free from the cycle of reliving past emotions and habits. Dr. Dispenza highlights the importance of meditation in making changes to our brainwaves, allowing us to access the subconscious mind, where our automatic thoughts, behaviors, and emotions reside. When we meditate, we move beyond our analytical mind, which often keeps us stuck in repetitive thought patterns. Meditation enables us to slow down our thoughts and become more aware of our mind's activities. This awareness is the first step in changing the patterns that keep us anchored to our past experiences and emotions. By practicing meditation regularly, we can learn to control our brain waves. This control allows us to access deeper levels of consciousness beyond our habitual thoughts and emotions. Dr. Dispenza points out that in this state, we can start to enter the operating system where they can begin to make some really important changes. Becoming aware of our thought processes. Metacognition means becoming the observer of your own mind. It means thinking about your thinking. This concept is crucial for anyone trying to break away from the grip of past emotions and habits. Dr. Dispenza explains that being more aware of how we think, act, and feel is called metacognition. This awareness is a powerful step toward change because it helps us notice our unconscious patterns. Dr. Dispenza emphasizes the act of becoming conscious of this process to begin to become more aware of how you think, how you act, and how you feel is called metacognition. This process allows us to step back and see what we're doing automatically every day without even realizing it. By practicing metacognition, we start catching ourselves in the act of being ourselves, the version of us that lives in the past. We might notice, for example, that we always react with anger to certain situations, or that we frequently dwell on negative thoughts that make us anxious or sad. With this awareness, we can choose to interrupt these patterns and redirect our thoughts and emotions in more positive directions. Dr. Dispenza suggests that as we become more familiar with our habitual thoughts and emotions, we can begin to change them. This familiarity is what meditation helps us achieve, but metacognition takes it a step further by applying it to our daily lives outside of meditation. Becoming skilled in metacognition means we're no longer at the mercy of our past experiences or emotions. We gain the power to choose our thoughts, which in turn shapes our brain's wiring, behaviors, and ultimately, our future. It's about moving from being unconscious participants in our lives to conscious creators of our lives. Overcoming emotional addictions. Many of us don't realize that we can become addicted to our emotions, even the negative ones. Dr. Joe Dispenza introduces the idea that people can get hooked on the familiar feelings of stress, anxiety, and sadness, just like any other addiction. Our bodies react as if the event is happening right now, releasing the same chemicals and creating a familiar feeling. This cycle makes our body crave these emotions because they're known, even if they're uncomfortable or harmful. Breaking free from emotional addictions requires us to teach our bodies to feel differently, to crave emotions that are positive and constructive. It's about creating a new emotional landscape in which our bodies no longer expect stress or sadness, but look forward to feelings of joy, gratitude, and love. This change doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice and patience. Meditation is a key tool in this process because it allows us to step back from our emotional impulses and observe them without getting caught up in them. It gives us the space to choose how we want to respond, rather than reacting out of habit. Moreover, Dr. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of rehearsing new emotional responses. Just as an athlete visualizes their performance in a game or race, we can mentally rehearse how we want to feel in different situations. This rehearsal isn't about denying or suppressing our current feelings, but about creating a vision for how we want to feel and live differently. The role of visualization and emotional rehearsal. To create a future that's different from our past, Dr. Dispenza teaches the importance of visualization and emotional rehearsal. Visualization is painting a picture of the future you want with your mind. It involves closing your eyes and imagining yourself in situations where you're living out your dreams and goals. Dr. Dispenza explains, the act of rehearsing, mentally rehearsing some action, the brain does not know the difference between what you're imaging and what you're experiencing in 3D world. This practice is not just daydreaming. It's an active process where you engage all your senses to make the experience as real as possible in your mind. Emotional rehearsal goes hand in hand with visualization. It's about connecting with the emotions you expect to feel when you achieve your goals. Dr. Dispenza emphasizes that you can't wait for your success to feel empowered or for your healing to feel whole. You start feeling these emotions now through rehearsal. This process tells your body that the future you're dreaming of is already happening. Changing gene expression through mindfulness. Epigenetics is a field of science that shows how our environment, including our thoughts and emotions, can change how our genes work. Dr. Dispenza's work dives deep into how by changing our thoughts and feelings, we can influence our health and well-being at the genetic level. He says it's the environment that signals the gene. Is it possible then, if the environment signals the gene, and it does, can you signal the gene ahead of the environment by embracing an elevated emotion? This means that by using techniques like meditation, visualization, and emotional rehearsal, we can create an internal environment that promotes health and vitality. Dr. Dispenza's research has shown that people who engage in these practices can experience changes in their body at the genetic level, such as the lengthening of telomeres, which are markers of biological aging. This research suggests that by changing our internal state, we can have a direct impact on our health and lifespan. After learning about how being mindful can change our bodies right down to our genes, it's clear we have more control over our health and future than we might have thought. This brings us to an exciting point. Right now, we're standing at the beginning of a path that leads to all the good things we want for ourselves. So, what's next for you? Are you ready to use your thoughts and feelings to start making your life better? What's the first good thing you're going to bring into your life? The power is in your hands. What will you do with it? Let us know in the comments.